Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. This is Lonnie Fox Raymond, and you are watching the Brunswick WPBA Semi-Pro Tour event here in Bristol, Tennessee at the Borderline Billiards. We've got a good B-side matchup here, a really good B-side matchup, actually. I'm kind of surprised both of these ladies are on the B-side of this event. Ada Leo versus Kim Hernandez Pierce. So those of you who are familiar with the WPBA who watch us on a regular basis know that Ada Leo is a constant in the booth with the WPBA. We love her dearly. So it's kind of nice for some of you guys who are fans who listen to us regularly to be able to watch Ada compete. So I'm pretty excited about that for the fans at home. She's probably not super excited, but I am. All right, so it looks like they're just waiting. I think probably trying to get things set up, maybe share the stream. Knowing Ada, she's sharing the stream to her friends and family at home. She's really good about that. There's some other good matches getting ready to start around the room. These are all B-side matches. Jay Suko and Katie Bischoff, Shanna Lewis and Olivia Chang, Laura Semko and Janet Atwell. That's going to be a good one. Laura Bendikis and Kathy Friend, Marianne Merrill and Susan Mello, Billy Billing and Lisa Cosette, and Karen Lincoln and Nate Goldman. Nate is the owner of Game On Gear. She's actually a sponsor here for this event as well as a WPBA sponsor. So Nate's been grinding. She ended up losing yesterday to Caroline Powell, but she had a good showing, ended up just, you know, taking 5 wins off of Caroline. So she was pleased with that. All right, looks like Ada won the lag. She will be breaking first. This is a race to 6 on the B side. Alternate break format. The 9-ball is on the spot. No 3-point rule, but there is a 3-foul rule in effect. Cue ball fouls only. All right, making sure their tablet's marked accordingly. And we're off. All right, starting off with a not so good break. All right, guys, we got people popping in the booth, chatty this morning. Everybody's had their coffee. All right, we're back at it. Good starting shot by Kim. I believe she's fine on this too. Just a steep cut. Depending on how she chooses to get position here, she could dig into this a bit and put a little draw on this ball. Come 2 rails out, shooting the 3 in the right-hand side pocket if she'd like. Obviously, the 3-4 combination is treacherous, and at best she can just decide to shoot the 2 and find a safety on the 3. She doesn't necessarily have to go all in on the positional shot. All right, so you can see there that Kim was definitely not sure about the 3 ball, and being so that it's, you know, the second shot of the match, maybe a little daunting, that steep of a cut on the 2. All right, Ada, she's playing a containing safety. You guys know how much Ada loves jail time. This is good as well. There's a couple options for Kim. She could C-bank that 2 ball, try to get it to the slower short rail. She can take the cue ball that way, but the 7's a big ball here. All right, so she dug into it with a little bit of low. That's good. All right, but it has leaked out, so Ada does come to the table with a look on the 2. Remember, guys, if you guys are friends with Kim and Ada, if you could take just a second to share the stream out to their social media accounts, make sure their friends and family know they're playing. I know it's early, right? It's 10 a.m. on a Saturday, but it's going to be a long day of ladies pool here at Borderline Billiards, and we could appreciate the support. So if your friends and family, take just a second to share it to all your local pool groups, let all their people know they're competing. All right. A little steep on the 3. We'll see how Ada handles this. She's looking around, trying to decide. There you go. You see Ada. She's putting the work in. She's looking at the line around the 4. A lot of things in the way here. We'll see if Ada can swing it around. All right, so she gets the bump on it. There's nothing wrong with that. And actually, this sets up real nice because she can just roll this 4 in, go to the rail and back out, shooting the 5 next. It's a stop shot to the 6 if she doesn't get a bunch of angle on the 5. 7, I mean, really, the trick here is going to be the 7 to the 8. Ada's already putting in the work. Right, the rail back out. A little steep. She overhit this just a tiny bit. I'm sure she's got to settle. She's we don't stick Ada on the stream often. She the one time that we did put her on the stream, she smoked Savannah Easton. So she definitely has a warrior mentality. So we'll see if she puts in the work here and can get through this match. And I'm not super familiar with Kim, although I know that she's been playing a very long time, and she's very nice. I don't really know her game well enough to say one way or the other what her intentions are when she's at the table, so we'll try to call accordingly. All right. Give me just a second, guys. I'm going to mute my mic, so stick with me. All right, what a great shot. Kim hit that ball really well. Rail first, back out for the 6. These tables are playing very well, and they're very quick. Up here where the arena is, because there's like 3 levels, up here where the arena is, the arena tables, there's 5 tables in this room. This room does tend to be a little more humid than the other parts of the building, probably because it's the highest. But so if the girls haven't played in this room, it takes them a second to get acclimated for sure. All right, so it looks like she may be back cutting the 6 to this lower left-hand corner. She is. Good attempt. Well, leaving Ada real close to that 6. We'll see what Ada can come up with. Looking at the gap. Let's go to our side view real quick and just kind of get a look at. Oh, she's very close. Very, very close. See just how close that is. Wow. She's very close to that ball. Sorry, I just smoked my own mic. All right, so here we go. This is one of those in-between angles. These are not my favorite angles, and there's angle there, but it's not steep enough to really swing the cue ball around typically. Yeah. So she may have to play this with a high ball and just go to the rail and back out. I don't know if she can put any draw on it and just pinch it and bring it back, but she definitely needs angle because she's got to get back down table for the 8 ball. Oh, all right. We've all had that happen. And unfortunately, that in the middle stroke for Kim there has left her straight in on the 7 as well. So she's going to have to come with a big stroke, either drawing it back and trying to get on the good side of the 8 or going, you know, 1, 2, 3 rails around. I don't know if she can go 1 rail without the scratch. So, all right. So she put a little heat on it. She got herself out on the good side of the 8. There's nothing wrong with that. She's just going to have to accept a longer shot. It's close enough to the hole. It shouldn't be much of a problem. The trick here will really be just her ability to control the speed on the cue ball. Because she's cutting it from a distance. Going to have to cut it thin. All right, she's going to take it to the bottom and bring it back up. If it stops for the side pocket, that's beautiful. I think she's okay. She's just going to have to cut the 9 in. There's a little Kelly Wyatt sighting in your view. She's playing on table 14. That table is being streamed. I think it's on Borderline's Facebook and their YouTube as well. And Kelly's actually playing Sarah Miller at the moment. All right, nice shot by Kim. Well done. After that fortunate shot on the 6, she took advantage and she finished out the rack. That's stuff seasoned players do, so which I expect from Kim. She's been playing a very long time. All right, this will be Kim's break, so she does take rack 1. So real quick, we'll take it and say thank you to our sponsors. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We appreciate you here at the WPBA and Borderline Billiards. All right, and we're back in action. Kim Pierce to break. Looks like Kim's breaking from the side rail. All right, so she crossed over it just a tad. She does end up making the 3. Top left corner pocket. I don't think she has a great starting shot on the 1, though. All right, so I did put in the link to the description of the YouTube, the brackets. So if you guys are looking for the brackets, go check that out. You can find it in our link or our description, and then also the link to Borderline Billiards YouTube channel. So if you're just tuning in and you're on the WPBA page, we appreciate your support. Please continue to watch. We have no problem with that. But if you could take just a second to subscribe to Borderline's page as well, it would really help Janet out. We're trying to help her build her YouTube channel. So we would really appreciate all the support from all the WPBA fans. Janet's great. She deserves all of that support. She's put in a lot of work here to get this event off, and she's done a beautiful job. All right, so Ada's in a jam. This is a tough spot. That was a great safety by Kim. Ada may have to, she's looking at the 2 rail to come at the 1. That's tough. She's going to have to put a lot of spin on that ball and then get it to dip. That's tough. I don't know about this one. Yeah, that's 2. That was a great safety by Kim. Unfortunately, she doesn't really have any shot to like bend that ball in that direction. All right, so it looks like all right, here we go. She's got ball in hand. Just going for it. Table's pretty open. The 6 to the 7 is really kind of key. Oh no, the 8's down here though. I thought the 8 was up by the 7. That's the 4 ball. All right, good shot by Kim. She catches the gap. All right, so really this isn't too bad. She used a little draw, slide her way over. She needs the angle anyway, so she doesn't want to get straight on this 4. The 4 is on the left side long rail. If she goes forward with it, and she may. Okay, I was going to say, it looked at first like she was queuing high. This is good, though. Now, Kim, I do believe resides in Texas, or at least she used to. And she plays in like a lot of those Texas Opens and the Skinny Bob Classics and all that. I know that she competes over there quite often. All right, good shot. Lands pretty good. A little flat on this 5. And this right here, these shots right here are the ones that people tend to miss because they're trying to force angle. And she knows it. I mean, you can tell Kim's a seasoned player, so she understands that when you gotta force this kind of stuff, you take a chance to miss it. So she may just accept a steeper cut on the 6 in order to not miss the 5. See if she can put some oomph into it. Yeah, good shot. Like I said, seasoning goes a long way when pool, and you can tell that Kim thinks really well around the table. All right, well done. Oh boy. All right, now she's left herself in a doozy. She knows this 7 is tough. Like, without question, this is a tough shot. Well, good morning, Diana. Thank you for tuning in. Yes, they are lovely tables, and gold crown 6s, to be exact. And Janet just announced to us last night that their intention is to bring in all the gold crown 7s. And I'm not sure if it's the entire pool room, but for sure this top arena space. There's 5 tables in this room, and that is their intention. So Hi, Grumpy One. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Ada is definitely our pronunciation police. Wow, what a good shot by Kim Pierce. That one deserves a snaps. Good shot. Really well done. All right, here we go. That is Ada, yes, sir. Yeah, so there's 3 levels here. There's a lower level, and there's like, I don't know, 8, 9-footers and a 7-footer down there, and that's got a bar. And then you go up a set of stairs, and there's another bar, a couple more 7-footers, some foosball, and a shuffleboard table. And then they have really good food here too. And then if you go up a few more, and then on the other side of the wall, there's like 8 more 9-footers. And then if you go up a few more steps, there's the arena. And that's, so I call it, it's 3 levels if you ask me. It's pretty cool. All right, what an out by Kim. Boy, she worked every inch of that rack. All right, pronunciation police to break. The score is currently 2-0 in favor of Kim Pierce. Let's see what's going on in some of the other spots in the room. Katie Bischoff takes a 1-0 lead over Jay Suko. Shanna Lewis Skittles is up 2-0 over Olivia Chang at the moment. Janet and Laura are at 1s. Laura Bendikis is up 2-0 over Kathy Friend. Marianne Merrill, M&M, she's up 2-0 over Mello at the moment. Billy Billings and Lisa Cassette are sitting at 1s, a Hall of Famer versus the U.S. Amateur Champs. And Nate Goldman and Karen Lincoln are also at 1. So that's what's going on around the room. If table 14 at the moment is being streamed on Borderline's channel as well as their Facebook. And the rest of the tables in the room, if you're interested in watching, you can subscribe on Digital Pool. When you get there and you see that it's being live streamed, if you click on that table you want to watch, it'll send you to the Digital Pool pay-per-view, and there's a small subscription fee. I don't know what it is, but you can watch all the other tables in the room with that subscription fee. And I think it's really easy to cancel if you choose not to keep this monthly subscription. All right, so they're removing the Outsville template rack from the table. Once again, Ada doesn't make a ball on the break, and she primarily leaves the exact same shot on the 1. Kim did make this last time, but I don't know that she can make it this time. Possible. The 5 may be out of the way just enough for her to do that. Good morning, Superman Trick Shots. Brian Pauly. Make sure you guys follow his socials. He's a super big supporter of the WPBA. All right, so she comes under it. She's kind of giggling a little bit because I think that she knows that she actually kind of got a little fortunate on that. I don't think that was ever the intention. Maybe a little decel in that stroke. First match of the day. All right, Ada Leo. All right, so she is going to have to cut this ball on the side. And as long as she misses the 9, she should come up really nicely for the 2 in the lower right-hand corner. She doesn't have to use the 3. She could. I would probably try not to so that the 3 stays in front of the side. Oh, she rocked it around. All right, so I think she got away with it, though, because I'm pretty sure Kim cannot see this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she may be able to hit it, but she's going to have to come underneath it. Good morning, Hugo. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, I don't know. I assume that's good. Yeah. I looked up and she shot, so I have no idea, but I saw the 3 moving. All right. Ada's got a starting shot on the 1. Let's see how she goes about this business. All right, she's got 1 ball down. Let's go, Ada. We're on a roll. Fun fact, Ada was cracking me up. She doesn't like it if I mispronounce people's names. Hence why we call her, the fans call her the pronunciation police, because she absolutely is. But when we first started streaming, Ada would get in the booth to help Angela and I out all the time. And she actually, I believe, is the one who started calling me the voice of the WPBA. I also found it very strange to call myself that, but Ada was just adamant. She's like, no, you are our voice. You talk for us. She's so funny. I know she had, if you haven't followed Ada's social, she's very good with her social, so give Ada a share. We call her the Iron Maiden. Oh, maybe a little quick in that final delivery. She just kind of jabbed at it. And really, this rack looks pretty good. I mean, Kim's going to have ball in hand. She can shoot the 3. 4, 5 are good. 6 as well. 6 leads to the 7. As long as she stays in line, she definitely has potential to get out here. All right, well, these guys are going on this rack. I'm going to check the brackets. All right, guys, so today, it's going to be a long day. Today we have noon matches. At noon, we'll have some A-side matchups as well as some B-side matchups. Then we'll also have a 2 o'clock round, a 4 o'clock round, 6 o'clock. And then we'll come back tomorrow. So I think 6 o'clock will be our last round of the night. Let me look. I'm going to advance it forward. No, we do have 8 o'clock. Okay. So we've got noon, 2, 4, 6, 8. And then we'll be back on Sunday at 11 a.m. So stick with us, guys. It's going to be a great day of pool. The competition is going to get stiffer and more intense as the day goes on. One of these ladies would like to have a qualifying spot into the WPBA. Now, some of us girls are not eligible for the qualifying spot, but we're eligible for the money. So we're here supporting, a lot of us touring professionals are here supporting Janet in her event. It also gives us something else to play in besides just WPBA events, so that's fun. Especially for us U.S. girls, because we just don't have a lot outside of the U.S. or inside the U.S. to play in. And so, yeah, but somebody wants that qualifying spot for an event, and I believe it's for a 2026 WPBA event if they win this event. But I think how it'll work is, say a touring pro wins first and second, but a non-qualified player wins third, they would get the third place would get the qualifying spot. Now, obviously, they would only get third place money, but they would get the qualifying spot, which I think is really cool. All right. A little draw on that. Ada needs to stick it out, get through these shots, get herself on the board, give herself a little confidence. I tried to give her a little pep talk this morning. Told her, remember, you're the Iron Maiden. Keep your head. And she competes at a high level against high-level players regularly, so to remind herself of that when she's shooting. Yeah, like there's a few of us, like myself, Veronique, Caroline, Janet. None of us are eligible to win the qualifying spot. We're just eligible to win the money. Um, so if, say one of us wins the tournament, then, and the second place player was not a qualified player or not a eligible player or a touring professional on the WPBA, then that person would get the spot, not the winner, which I think is smart. I mean, it still gives them the chance. All right, Ada Leo on the board, ladies and gentlemen. Here she is. Speaking of the WPBA, this is our next event. The Dr. Poole Jacoby Tour Championships, November 12th through the 16th. This is an 80-player field. It will be a world ranking event, sanctioned by the WPA, held at the Central Wisconsin Expo Center in Rothschild. So it's looking like 40,000 added. So some of the best players in the world, the player list is, you know, starting to come around. We're starting to see the player list, and I can tell you that Christina Margarita, Christina Zlateva, so many will be present at that event. I think Pia Filler, Jasmine, Kelly, Allison, I mean, all the staples of the WPBA, they intend to all be there. So it's going to be a barn burner. And it's our last tour event, so there's a lot of girls fighting for their ranking points, myself included, actually. Hey, Politico, thank you for tuning in. Welcome to the stream. All right, Kim Pierce to break. She is breaking from the side rail, getting herself comfortable. All right, that time she didn't cross over the rack. She didn't make anything this time. Everything's on the right side of the table. It's odd. Yeah, Diana, you have to qualify for the WPBA Dr. Poole Tour Championship. You have to be a qualified player. Good morning, Cal. I did well. I think I won 7-3. Politico, as far as the WPBA event, the Dr. Poole Tour Championship, yes, I think Bean, Kawahara, quite a few actually. I know Boyana Saric is coming, but she's not Asian. Someone asked about if there are any Asian players signed up, and I do believe there are. Rita may be coming. I'm not sure. I didn't actually look all the way through the list. I just looked at the first few. But it's likely, yeah. Usually they come to the Tour Championship. I mean, it's $40,000 added. 40,000 US dollars is a lot of money. All right, so the double bump gets the 8-ball in the pocket. Ada will take it. She's looking at the 3 in the side. She can also shoot it to the corner. Yes. I have been watching some of the Predator stuff at night if I wake up. Rita's doing very well. All right, so Ada kind of shorts. She short strokes that ball. She doesn't quite get under the 3 as much as she would have liked into the side pocket. I think she was a little in the middle on that choice, right? She can either go to the left side or she could go to the top right corner, and or even the top right or the right side, and I just don't think she was committed. What do you mean, Cal? They pulled my match from the borderline feed. Oh, you mean my table wasn't on the subscription? Well, Cal, I would say you should just hop on a bus, train, or an airplane and come watch. Yeah. It's a little tough for me sometimes with this streaming because I get like blue screen face. So coming to the table after streaming it's tough. I struggle. I wonder why they would pull my table from the stream.
Thing to plug in for the fan.
All right. Sorry, guys. Okay. One rail out. I know if she can shoot the 5, it's real tight. She got maybe half a pocket. Okay, so she's going to pocket this ball. She's going to have to come 2 rails around for the 6 in the same hole. Well done. Maybe she had more than half a pocket. Cameras can be so deceiving. All right. Kim's hanging tough. Putting on a good show so far.
Can you hear me?
All right, so she ends up in a tweener shot. That's what I call this, the tweener shot. Because honestly, she wasn't committed, so she just went ahead and swung it around. Does happen.
Oh, wow, that's good. I think that one. That's probably I think that one's probably some of them. Can you do the top cam? Just the back. Oh, no. It's not just 1450. It's a really good thing. So, user of this is done, or they move on.
All right, good opportunity for Ada here. Tie this match up. She got to really just commit to the shot. Trust that she's not going to have a problem with the cue ball. No deceleration whatsoever. She's got to come all the way through this shot. Well done. Ada Leo, the Iron Maiden, ties this matchup. The score is 2-2. All right, these are some of the other matches going on around the room. Jay Suko and Katie Bischoff are sitting at 2s. Shayna Lewis is making a really, we call her Skittles, by the way. She's got a strong lead on Olivia Chang, 4-0. Janet Atwell's up 3-1 over Laura Semko. Laura Bendicus and Kathy Friend, 3-1 in favor of Laura. Marianne Merrill, M&M we call her, is 3-2 with Susan Mello. Billy Billings and Lisa Cassette still sitting at ones. Karen Lincoln is taking a lead over Nate Goldman, 3-1 at the moment. And of course, our feature matchup on table 15 is Ada Leo and Kim Pierce, 2-2. Michelle, we would love to have you please drive down tomorrow. We'll stick you in the booth and let you talk about pool. You could do that. And we would love to have you. Michelle Griffin is in the chat. She's a board member on our board of directors here at the WPBA. We love us some Michelle. All right, guys. Ada Leo to break. She's also breaking from the side. Other side is Kim. She did cross over the rack. I think she's trying to change it up just a tad. Right. All right, so no shot on the break, or no ball on the break. So Kim's going to come to the table once again. That is the third, I believe the third dry break for Ada Leo. If she goes back and watches this match, my one suggestion would be if she gets through this round to maybe spend some time working on that break. Get it down, get it consistent, right? All right, so Kim ends up overcutting that one. Doesn't quite get the cue ball on the 2 either, but doesn't leave anything for Ada. No, we all know that Ada enjoys jail time, so we'll see what she comes up with. The problem here is that 9 ball it may potentially block the 2 rail kick at the 1 to cross over it. She's looking at that now. If she can even get there. If she can, great. She can skim over the top side of the 1. I don't know if she can dig in enough to get under the 1 and kick it up table. Let's go to the side view. Here's a good look at the 1 ball. It's a little close to the rail for that. Yeah, so she crosses over the face of it. She needs to get a roll. I hate to say that, but you know when you're kicking sometimes, you just got to get a roll occasionally. All right, so I think Kim, I think Kim may have a clean look at this one. I think she's just waiting for the person behind her to shoot. Sarah Miller and Kelly Wyatt are playing on table 14 behind these ladies. So occasionally you'll see them stop and wait.
She went down on the shot.
Yeah. Now this is I mean, Ada has a good opportunity here. It's a tough positional shot, but I think that she should be able to pocket this ball in the corner. It's steep, but makeable. She's looking to put a little, maybe, oh, she's just going for the safety. Yeah, Ada's all about that jail time. Oh, wow. Good shot by Ada. She used all of that 3. I think she's tucked underneath it enough that Kim will be kicking at the 1. Unless our camera view is deceiving, which it may be. Maybe she got it. She might have just the edge of that 1. Just the edge. On edge enough to bank it in. Swish. Wow, she had all that ball. That was a very deceiving camera view there.
Especially down right now.
All right, so she's going to kick up, hit this bottom short reel, clip the 2. I don't know if she was being offensive or just trying to make a hit, but either way. She made a good shot on the one and didn't get much reward from it. It's unfortunate. I didn't even think she could see the one. All right. I actually expected Ada to play a safe there because she loves those darn safeties. Right, Kim's got a good opportunity here too to take the lead again in this match. She did have Ada down 2-0. Ada got a couple good racks under her belt, maybe give her a little confidence. All right. Kim banked that one in. She looked up at, how did I even make that? We all know as pool players how that works, right? Occasionally. Cheat the pocket with the right speed. You know, it'll still fall, especially on different tables. Like some tables are a little less giving in the pocket play. Some are better in the pocket play. I like gold crowns because they do have a little more pocket play. Like you can cheat the pocket a little bit for position if you need to, instead of it just spitting it back at you. Makes it fun. All right, now once again here, Kim's in a spot where she doesn't have a lot of angle for what she needs. You know, she pocketed that ball and she has sight on the purple 4. Ada Meda. She pocketed her ball and left herself pretty straight on this 4. We'll see if she can get it out there or at least stop shot it to take a cut on the 5. Yeah, she tried to force that angle, but she's all right. She can see this. And actually, to be honest with you, this is not a bad look. She'll have to play right side of the 6, but she can come around 1, 2, even potentially 3 rails and get into the window for the 6. She does have a steep cut on the 5. She'll go top short rail, left long rail, and back to where the cue ball is now. Maybe a little steeper than that still. All right, well done. Don't overhit it. Don't overhit it. Oh boy. That's no bueno. At best, she may be able to cut it in. It's super steep. I don't know that she has many other options. She could potentially bank it too. Like bank it back down towards the 8, put the cue ball up table. There's that option. If she plays it all offensively, as long as she undercuts it and doesn't overcut it, she could. Yeah, she overcut it. When you overcut that shot, you leave it for your opponent when you take the cue ball up table. So she wants to undercut those balls, not overcut them. All right, so we had a question in the chat about the difference between semi-pro and professional. So, okay, so the WPBA has a professional list, like a rankings list, and we only have a few regional tours that you can play in to try to get qualifying spots or to get enough points to, or get invites to the WPBA events. So right now what we're trying to do is set up this, what Janet's done, and it's a wonderful idea, is take professional or players that are not in the top 16 ranking list in the WPBA who are under a 650 in Fargo, and giving them an opportunity to compete, still have other tournaments to play in, but then also allowing other women to come in. So really, this is just an opportunity. You get to say you want a semi-pro event to get here because there are some pros in the house. I don't know what the difference technically would be. Obviously, skill level would be the difference. These events are built, and the idea is to put some seasoning into the ladies who are trying to get to the next step, right? The next level. That way, when they get to the WPBA, they're not daunted by the fact that they're playing the likes of Christina Tkach or Allison Fisher. I mean, that's a real thing, the alley effect. I don't know if you guys know that, but it's a real thing. You get to a tournament and you're walking in the room full of women that you've been idolizing. It's daunting. So I would say this is the echelon of players right below that elite level player, and it gives them a chance to play, compete, maybe get some notches in their belts. What do you call that? Battle hardened or whatever. Like, give them some of that. Right. Politico, I think that's a great way to say it. I couldn't come up with the words this morning. He said, I think the semi-pro is just someone who doesn't get a chance to play the big tournaments for one reason or another. Yes, it's someone who is capable, but maybe not able. It's a good way to look at it. Thank you. All right, nice strike on the ball. She would have liked to have gotten another diamond out of that. So she's either got a really steep cut on the side. No chance. Just kidding. She's going to have to cut this in the corner or bank it. Those are your options. Came up a little short. Right. Oh, and she makes both of them. Brutal. That's always the threat in those shots. That ball has to spot, and she has to make it. I know it's kind of a tedious rule, but it is the rule. All right, so Kim Pierce taking rack number 5. The score is going to be 3-2 in her favor. All right, Ada Leo's taking a break, guys. We're going to here's a video thanking the sponsors of this Brunswick WPBA semi-pro event. All right, guys, we're back at it. Ladies were quick on their break, faster than me. Okay, so she made a good shot on the 1, and she accepted a longer shot on the 2. A little difficult to get to the 3 from this. Yeah, a little too much angle. I expect Ada to tighten up here and just play a safety. I don't see her going offensive at this. All right, well done. Well executed. And Kim may have just the edge of this 3. I'm not sure. But it would be just the edge if she does. All right, so she's looking not to, she cannot just hit it, so she is kicking. Good safety by Ada. Not quite jail time, but containing for sure. All right. Wow, she swishes it in. What a good shot. Let's look at that really quick while she's figuring out what she's going to do on that 4. This kick shot by Kim Pierce. Wow. So good. She gets an unlucky roll there at the end to get on the 4, else she was sitting pretty. She may very well get away with this too. And she has. This can be a tough fade when people are, you know, kicking balls in on you, making good hits, and getting away with it. I hate to say that, but you know what I mean as a pool player. It can be a tough fade sometimes. All right, nice hit by Ada. She needs to get away with one. Hey, and she does. Look at this. These girls are returning fortunes. Back and forth, back and forth. But man, Kim sure did hit that 3 ball good, didn't she? Hit like she meant it. All right, another solid hit by Pierce. All right, so it leaks itself out. I do think Ada may have a shot on this in the side pocket. The good thing is that if Ada just focuses on pocketing this ball into the side, she'll have a natural position going to the orange 5 next. Really, the focus will be just to pocket the ball. Well done. Unfortunately, the cue ball just tracked a little too far. She's going to have another steep, really steep cut on the 5. It's makeable. All right, so Ada has left Kim on the 5. Kim's playing really well this morning. Ada's got her hands full. Oh. She got herself hooked. That's brutal. I was just speaking like, hey, she's playing so good. It's usually how it works, isn't it? All right, guys. So I want to tell you guys what's coming up for the 12 o'clock round, and it looks like my stream will be moving back to table 14, and their stream, Borderline stream, their streamers, Greeny, he'll be taking back table 15. So for the next round, we're going to have Kendra Prestigard, the current U.S. Amateur Champion, against the Rhinestone, Rachel Lang. That'll be on the Borderline page, possibly on their Facebook as well. And then on this stream, we're going to bring in Frank Mieletti to do some commentary. But it'll be myself. They put me on the stream table. Yay. Versus Rachel Walters. So, yeah, it's going to be a barn burner. Let's see what happens. Not always a fan of this whole streaming table, but I do like playing, so I don't really care. I just want to play. I don't care what table they put me on. All right, nice touch there by Ada. She's really got to kind of look and see what's her spot, you know. This is tough. She's going to have to, no matter what she does, she's going to have to accept a steeper cut on the 8, I do believe. So if she rolls this 7 in to the top left corner, see where she's laying her cue? The cue ball is going to track forward. The only thing that really worries me is that shooting the 8 from the rail is tough. So if she can maybe just get the cue ball to track maybe 2 rotations forward from where the 7 ball is right now, that would be most ideal, because then she's potentially not going to end up on the rail. And she doesn't want to force angles, so she may have to just accept it. I don't know if she can stun it forward to get off the rail. No, she missed the 7 now. And I know that's because in her mind she was thinking about the work that she had to do on the 8 next. It can be kind of hard to just go ahead and shoot a ball and then accept that you know you're going to have a tester on the next shot, especially when you're so close to the end of the rack. It can be really daunting, but you just got to do it. It's the nature of the beast, right? If you want to play against the best players of the world, these are the situations that the elite players take on without hesitation. And that really is what deciphers the top players from the middle of the road players, in my opinion, is their ability to compartmentalize and just, you know, do what's necessary, do what needs to be done. All right, Kim takes that 7, brings it around for the 8, and she's looking good getting to the 9. This will extend her lead by 2 in this B-side matchup between the Iron Maiden and Kim Pierce. I don't know what she's pointing at, but she's perfect on this 9, so that's great. Well done. Well done, 4-2. All right, Kim gives Ada the Outsville template rack. That is the rack we're using here at this event. John in the chat, you're right. The elite players rarely do get bad position. But in all fairness, if you get left, they can't do anything about how someone misses and leaves them, right? So if in the occasion that someone leaves them kind of wonky, they're willing to accept a little bit tougher shot to get back into line. And that's all elite players, not just females. I watch it time and again with top male players as well. All right, so Ada Leo to break. Let's see if she can get, she really needs to get something in on the break. That would, I think, help. She crossed over the rack, though. Yeah. Once again, nothing on the break. Kim comes to the table with a look at the one. All right, so personally, me, I'm just going to play the containing safety. I'm going to either stick the cue ball behind the 6-7 or I'm going to put the 1 ball behind the 6-7. No sense in shooting this shot. It doesn't lead to anything. And really, there's just a lot of traffic to stay offensive. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. And she gets the hook. Ada's stone-faced. She refuses to recognize what just happened. All right, the score is 5-2. She does get away with that one. It's brutal. But you know what, too? And I think everyone that plays would agree with this. You know, sometimes when things are just going your way, they're just going your way. You know, and I say this with the utmost respect. I think Kim's a good player. I don't think, you know, that she needs to get lucky to win. By no means do I mean that. But you got to have a combination of both in order to win tournaments. And for those of you guys who watch the WPBA regularly, you're very familiar with the fact that I say that you have to have a combination of both in order to win tournaments. You have to have a little talent, a little skill, and a whole lot of love. So you cannot win the tournament just purely on skill, and you can't win the tournament purely on luck. You have to have a good combination of both in order to win events. And so Kim's got that right now. So kudos to her. It's a good match for her. Get a little fortunate, but that's all right. It's the nature of 9-ball. All right, so she'll be breaking. She does break, seem to break from the left side. Every break so far that I've watched from Kim has been a slightly different hit. A couple times she's cut the one. A couple times she's crossed over it. She got a good power behind it, though. All right, that time she hit the one in the face with a lot of draw. This time she doesn't make anything. I don't know if the one goes past the 6. If it doesn't, I promise Ada's looking for jail time. Yeah, I think it's okay. I mean, that's the key ingredient to good 9-ball, right? Is yeah, you got to be talented to play it, but you also have to be a little fortunate, you know? And so that's the key ingredient. If you get that, you know, you're baking cookies. All right, jail time. She doubled her up and got the 1 ball to tuck in. I believe that's the 8-ball. All right, ball in hand. All right, so Kim Pierce is on the hill, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot this is a B-side match. And so Kim Pierce is on the hill. Ada's got work to do. She wants to stay active in this event. She knows it's an uphill climb, but neither of these ladies is really breaking exceptionally well. Kim's breaking well. She's just not making things, and Ada as well. You know, they're both breaking the balls with some power. They're just not getting anything in the pockets. Maybe need to just make some adjustments. All right, bow cue. I don't know if Ada was going for the side or for the corner, but she came up in the tweener. All right, steep cut. Definitely difficult here. All right, Kim's got work to do. A real steep shot here. Getting around that 7 is tough action. She's queuing. She doesn't really have the opportunity to cue lowly or low on the cue ball, so she may have to cut this ball as thin as she can possibly hit it. Ooh, she does miss the 7. She also missed the 4. Very jumpy in her shot. Very jumpy. Came up off the ball before she'd even make contact. I don't know that I care much for this bank shot. I don't know if she can pinch this bank enough to pocket it. We'll see. Yeah, I don't enjoy that. She needs a sick 4 ball to stop. And it has. So Kim's going to be kicking at this 4 ball. Oh, Carly McGee. Hello, hello. We've been missing you around here. I am doing Janet a favor. Came down here to support the Brunswick semi-pro tour that she started, sanctioned by the WPBA. So, of course, it was a no-brainer that I come down and help out. So thanks for watching. We appreciate you. It's too bad you're not here hanging out with us. I mean, I know Kelly and them aren't here. They're not eligible for this event, but it would be good to see you. Maybe you should come to Wisconsin. I think somebody should get Carly a sponsor. Get her a sponsor to travel with the WPBA. Anybody interested in that? It's Carly McGee, the Kelly Fisher super fan. All right, not enough oomph in that draw shot. Kind of just half died for Ada here. All right, so Ada's looking to put the work in here. She may look at her positional shot. She may opt to play a safety of some kind. She's going to go ahead and cut this ball. I'm not opposed to that. I think fortune does tend to favor the bold. Yeah, we just need to find you a sponsor, Carly McGee. Wow, she hits it good. That deserves the snaps. Great shot by Ada Leo. She is kind of on the weird side of this 7. Getting to the 8. She may have to just play a stop shot and accept a steep cut on the 8. And this is what I mean about occasionally accepting maybe a little more difficult shots than we'd like. Carly McGee, they make these robot feeders now for your animals where you just put the food in and it'll drop it out like ever so often, I think. Maybe those are litter boxes. I don't know. I don't have a cat. And they make fountains. My son has a cat, and he's grown, but he has a cat, and he has this water fountain for his cat. I think it's really strange. I mean, I think it's cool, but I never in my life thought about buying my dog a water fountain. Strange. Yeah, I feel like there's something, right? They've got these, and they may just have like these bottom feeders where, you know, you put the jug of food on and it drops a little bit every day or something, or it keeps the bowl full until the feeder's empty. All right, Ada's got to come with one here. I don't know if she can just stop it. She may try to play it with a follow stroke and go all the way up table and back down. I didn't like that option. I didn't like that choice. I don't know. I didn't really care for that choice. I think maybe she was digging a little too hard to get the cue ball down table for the 8. Right, yeah. She knows she's behind the ball here and Kim's on the hill. That makes it difficult. Kim comes with a nice starting shot on the 7. She's gonna, if she hits this ball well, ladies, it's a wrap. All right, great. Great shot by Kim. Right, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is it for Ada Leo, the Iron Maiden. She'll be making an early exit out of this event. Kim Pierce is advancing, still on the B side, taking the scenic route, but after that performance, I think she's going to be just fine. All right, guys, I do have to reboot the stream in order to get set up for the next round. Make sure that you subscribe to our channels, WPBA Billiards on YouTube, as well as the Borderline Billiards Brunswick Arena YouTube channel. I believe on table 15 next round, we're going to have Kendra Prestigard versus the Rhinestone Rachel Lang. But on this channel, we will have myself and Rachel Walters. So, make sure you come back. We're going to have Frank Milety from Billiard Sports Network doing remote commentary, coming in from Philly, coming in hot too, let me tell you. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Special thank you to all our sponsors here at the Brunswick WPBA Semi-Pro Tour. My name is Lonnie Fox Raymond.